Abhinandan, Major, staff members of this great college, and the proud young citizens of this great country, India. A very good afternoon and Jammu to you. As I stand before you, it's a matter of great privilege for me because, as you already know, I am a student of this college only. I joined this college in 2010 in electronics and communications, and I passed out of this college, not with very high percentage, in 2014. I'm very grateful to the management for having invited me today. And as I speak, first of all, my heart is filled with gratitude, my eyes are filled with love, and my hands are folded as a token of appreciation and gratitude towards our teachers. Right from the school teachers, and then the college teachers. You are lucky to have teachers of highest caliber, and whatever we go on to become, a major portion of that is attributable undoubtedly to the teachers and the selfless effort that they do. I was speaking to Dhingra ma'am, and Dhingra ma'am was telling us that the generation today is a little directionless as compared to the predecessors. But as one of the students, Mr. Mahmood Khan, said, he saw potential in you. And I not just see potential in you, I see in all of you a power to change not just this country, but the entire world. All of you are infinite in nature. You have an infinite power in you. The only thing is, you need to realize that. You need to know. The generation today is tech savvy, AI, as Mr. Mahmood said, future technologies. But before we jump onto that, we need to have a solid foundation of ethics, not just in the work that we do, but in our thought process, in our actions, in the way we deal with our parents, with the society, with teachers. Once you have that solid foundation, then believe me, the infinite power that I mentioned earlier is ready to soar. You need to know that. Direction is important. And today with technology, so many options are available. There is no one fixed career that you need to pursue. There are n number of ways in which you can serve the country, you can serve your society. But you have to be clear in your mind. Just clear the dirt, clear the doubts. Speak to your teachers, speak among your colleagues, among your friends, and form a circle that gives you the power and liberty to know and to act. Which semester students are there? Okay, so generally we have a mix of everything. I would like to quote an example here before I continue. In 1940s, it was widely believed in the athletics world that human body is not trained to run a mile under 4 minutes. A mile is 1.6 kilometers. Scientists have concluded that human body is not fit for that. 1940s. And in 1952, out of nowhere, an individual came and broke that barrier. He ran 3:59, 1.6 kilometers in 3 minutes and 59 seconds. And he was the first human being to do that. And you know what? After him, as I speak to you, 1,664 athletes have broken that record. Once a thing that was thought that human body is incapable of doing it Today, 1,664 people have done it. Another example related to athletics. Till recently, with all the technology, scientists have concluded that before the first human being runs a marathon in 2 hours, it will be the year 2075. Still some 60 years, 50 years from now. But as you might be aware, a Kenyan marathon runner has already broken the record. 42 kilometers in under 2 hours. Can you believe that? And if you listen to that individual, he will say that discipline is the key. Discipline, discipline, and discipline. If you can get that, first it starts there, in your minds. If you can get it, discipline in your thoughts, automatically thoughts will transpire into actions which are disciplined. A disciplined man, I can vouch for, a disciplined man can never fail. But yes, as ma'am said, discipline has to be supplemented by direction. If you do not have any plans, if you do not have any directions, how will you scale a mountain? If you know that I have to climb an Everest, then you've got to know the direction. You've got to seek advice from the experts. You've got to seek advice from the people who have done it. And once you have taken that decision, once you have decided that this is the direction of my life, don't look back. Because they say, look back and you're dead. All these three are interrelated and connected. You cannot isolate one from the other. It all starts with the individual and the family. And if all these three visions are in synchronization with each other, believe you me, not just you, but by your efforts, the nation will fly, and the generations to come will thank us. That it is because of the efforts of our predecessors that India is where it is today. I'm talking about 25 years from now, 2047, when we will be celebrating 100 years of our independence. We can just while away our time in n number of things that we feel at this moment to be pleasing and enterprising. But that is just a small part of life. Yes, fun is important. Entertainment is important. But more than that, it is the debt that we owe to our country, to our freedom fighters. Don't forget that. Don't forget that ever. Freedom has come at a certain cost. Some 21 years old, 22-year-old young boys are standing in the icy heights of Seattle, in the burning temperatures of Barmer, just to ensure that we live peacefully, just to ensure that we are happy and India prospers. Are we to just while away our time and undo the sacrifices of all the innumerable people, innumerable brave hearts who have sacrificed their lives? Are we to do that? I don't think so. And the way I see in your eyes, there is power. There is fire for the future. Don't let this fire wither away. 10 years ago, 12 years ago, I joined this college. I was not a very bright student in studies. I was an average student in studies. But I had the fire. Most of the times, when I was not in college, I was in the university attending debates, quiz competitions, extempore. I was running an NGO called Vishwas, just to ensure that, yes, I need to learn, but at the same time I need to mold myself. I need to make myself what this nation needs. An individual what this country needs. We can take different paths. Whatever you want, be it entertainment industry, be it art industry, be it politics, be it engineering field, be it the modern technologies of AI, be it the government sector, you can go wherever you want. but ensure that you are the best at wherever you are. Ensure that you are contributing brick by brick to the great country that we are. 1.4 billion, we are already the most populous country in the world. It is a two-way thing. It can be a disaster, it can be a boom. It all depends upon you. You can wither away into the sunlight, wither away into the darkness, You can wither away with time if you want to. But that's not what youngsters are made for. You are the proud young citizens of this great country with great history, with rich culture. Please don't let your energy wither away. You are meant to do great things. And all of you, each one of you who is sitting here, and all those boys and girls who are outside, just know one thing. All of you are infinite in yourself. Don't waste your energies. Enjoy. There's a time for everything. When I was in school, I'm thankful to one of the principals that I have. I've studied from a Catholic school. The first lesson that he taught us, either we undergo the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The choice is yours. If you fail to be disciplined today, regret is the only option. India does not deserve regret. Enough years have gone by. Time has come for all of us to rise, to do whatever we are destined to do to the best of our abilities. But just keep in mind one thing, the ethics and the moral foundation is the key that will unlock doors for the future. I recently wrote a small poem. I'll just read out a small paragraph from that poem. It is basically, I was speaking to one of my friends one day. He was disturbed. He is also preparing for UPSC. And as all of you know, UPSC is not a very easy journey. There are tribulations, there are trials, there are difficulties, impediments. You tend to feel down. And knowing that that individual, that friend of mine, has put up a valiant effort, I was moved. And this is what I wrote. But this is not just for him. This is for all of you. Not just for all of you. All the 70 crore plus youngsters of India. Today India has more than 50% of young population. It is for all of them. I'll just read the concluding paragraph. On the sands of time, don't you wait. Let it rain, even if it is meant to pour. This especially is connected to the trouble that he was facing. Let it rain, even if it is meant to pour. You are a diamond who is invincible to the core. However dark the night, your infinite soul will take you to the shore. What if there are mountains in the oceans? Your story is the making of an epic lore. For you have the courage, and that too galore. Because you are a lion. Just remember, you are a lion who is born to roar and be hailed as the king of the jungle. So all of you, proud young citizens of India, are a lion in the making. Don't be a sheep. Be the wolf that leads the pack. Be the lion that India needs, not a meek sheep. India is not a country to be led by sheep. We need lions like you, champions like you. Don't fade away into oblivion. Don't fail. India needs you. Your society needs you. Your country needs you. Your family needs you. And more importantly, you need to realize the potential that you hold. I see the fire in each one of you. Let us all come together. Lift each other up. And this should not die down here. As you step out of this corridor, as you step out of this college, don't be doomed. Rise to greater heights, the way you are meant to, the way the youngsters of India are meant to. That is all I have to say. Jai Hind.
Write your questions and accordingly we will select the questions and we ask our respective sir to answer. So first of all, one question has arisen in my mind. Sir, you are a major before getting UPSC. I mean, it is the most respectedly possible, but why UPSC?
It's not so for everybody. So very pertinent question, why UPSC? I joined the Indian Army in 2014 immediately after the college. May 2014 examinations were there and July 2014 I was training in the academy. The background is that I have always been of the mindset that we need to serve the country in any way possible. And I have already told you before, when we were in college, I was associated with a few ground level organizations working for the people, with the people on different issues. And when I was in the army, in one of the training events, 3 years in the army, 2017, I got injured in one of the training events. And over a period of time, that injury got a little bad. So I made a conscious decision that I may not be able to contribute to the army in the way I would like to. That was the time I decided to change the route. I started and took a conscious decision that I need to prepare for the UPSC. So that's how it went.
I have another question to sir that Mr. Arthur Rahul ran to UPSC is a good friend of mine and I've spoken to him multiple times and I once asked him about advice regarding my preparation for UPSC. And he advised me that engineers, particularly the innovators, the factories of innovation in this country should not actually pursue UPSC as a career option. Because सब लोग execution में ही आ जाएंगे तो innovation कौन देखेगा हमारा? My question to sir is, what are your insights, what are your thoughts for us engineers that should we prepare for civil service examination?
I think that is also a very good question. Firstly, if you ask me, it all depends upon individual perception. Because as we know that generally when we are in class 12, we do not have that much clarity of what is to be done next. There may be somebody who could be a very good administrator and he ends up joining the engineering. So I don't think being an engineer should be a roadblock for you. Because even if we go with the statistics, how many of the engineering graduates actually end up being engineers? Not many. So if you have that caliber, if you have that mind that we need, that knows how to plan, how to administer things perfectly, then maybe over a period of time you may be able to reach a position where you are able to chalk down those policies, where actually we are able to spend more on research and development, which our country lacks highly. And then we may be able to provide the much needed jobs in the engineering field. If you ask me, I may be the only one in my batch in electronics and communication who actually ended up in practicing what Dinga ma'am taught us about radio communications. Because I was in the army, in the last tenure I was involved in radio communications and interceptors. So I may be the only one, and the rest of the individuals have gone to MNCs, some of them are working in the government sector. So I don't think that should be a bar if you actually have that passion and the courage to do that.
I think we have another question from the audience.
I want to ask you whether you
Not exactly. If you ask my teachers, I was hardly present in the college because I was involved in so many activities. Some in the university, some back in Jammu where I had organized an NGO. So that time, nothing. But yes, right from my school days, I had one good habit, and that is reading the newspapers. If you want to prepare for the UPSC, even the first year students, newspaper is the bottom line where you need to start. And subsequently, of course, if you have made your mind clear that once you are done with your degree, next is UPSC, then of course you need to start early. Because as you see, there are students who are taking it in the first step. It's very much possible. Direction, as ma'am said. Direction coupled with supplemented by discipline. That is the key.
How to manage time? We are engineering and we are practical.
The best way to manage time is not to waste it. What is the schedule that you have? How much hours do you spend in the college? 6 hours. How much is the commutation time going and coming from the college? 10 minutes. You're in the hostel? Okay. So you take it 6 hours. And then how much hours are you spending on the engineering studies? 3 hours. Let's take it 4. 6 plus 4 makes it 12. 10. And let's take 2 hours for the daily routine that you do. You're still left with 12 hours. You can sleep for 8 hours also, and then still you are able to manage 4 hours. In which year you are? Second semester. So 3 hours, 3 years and 4 hours every day. Just calculate that, and I think you will be ready by the time you are out of college. Important thing, I would just like to say that important thing is to be very conservative with respect to your time. Don't waste it just while away. You need to enjoy, yes. Enjoyment, playing games, not the mobile games. I don't recommend that. Go over the ground, sweat it out. I'll just mention my schedule when I was in the college. Whatever time we used to go out of the college, from evening 5 o'clock till 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, I used to play basketball. I never studied very seriously about the college, only not because I was not interested, but because I was involved in so many activities and I could not miss my sporting activity, I could not miss my game. So I am not recommending that you go and play 4 hours a day. 15-20 minutes, half an hour, that should be there, I would say, because a sound mind is only possible if you have a sound body. If you're not well, if you're always feeling lousy, drained out, then I don't think you will be able to capitalize the time very efficiently.
Does anyone else have a question? Nobody? We would like to felicitate our chief guest with a token of appreciation and a token of gratitude. I welcome Harinda ma'am and our respected faculty.